and as a Fredrin into a lineup with carry and alpha. If you can't survive in a fight, you are basically ineffective. Not to mention that Miedo has been keeping his gears locked onto this Fredrin.
Especially since Fredrin really plays around with HP. You really want to bring yourself down low enough to get a lot of that grey health in order to unleash that one big Appraiser's Wrath. But as we talked about it before, right? We're looking at the carry and the alpha. It's not something that this Fredrin will have all the time in the world to just bump up in the amount of HP that he have and really just play awesome. He gotta have to react fast enough and really try to go for it. In fact, you see, Dex was really holding off on his Appraiser's Wrath, and only at the final seconds he tried to put it out, but a little bit too late.
They want to find jungle again.
It doesn't seem like things are going to be looking very well for Falcon Esports, as Zen as well just going to be connected down onto Dex, dying down once again, 4th time in a row. We did have the final slash that did connect on the Mova Zing though, but it's not going to be that big of a difference.
I don't think there's enough damage on Falcons. In fact, if he wants to turn, he can. Even use a conceal, unfortunately, Kidex gets swiped to the grave. Cloud9 pumping up the tempo. This is Falcons Esports worst night.
It doesn't seem like things are going to be great at all. Cloud9 currently with 8 kills and Falcons Esports with only 1. And they're now even going to be focusing down the bottom lane. But Benny turned things around a tad little bit. He did manage to bring the Matilda down, but unfortunately the main guy, Basic, is still alive.
Best case scenario, I suppose. You could have asked for a better trade and it's a 1-for-1.
Hello, RK, welcome to the stream.
Arriving at the third
without the Moscow coming in.
Is my voice okay, RK? Is my voice okay? Welcome back, Idol. Thank you.
I'm telling you, man,
is my voice okay?
As much as this
or like should I lower or increase my voice? Let me know, okay?
When he went up against Mobile Zay. So that's something good for F1, right? They are almost close to the 3,000 deficit mark, but all things considered, this is still recoverable for Falcons Esports. They managed to stem the bleeding a little bit, only losing the bottom tier 1, all things considered, and Royal Moon just broke the top tier 1 of Cloud9. And that means Falcons, they've gotten some space for themselves, and this is beneficial, especially when you want Benny to sustain.
You're really definitely going to have to bide their time and find the right opportunity to really just jump right in for an all-out team fight. But we gotta have to look out for the main playmakers of Falcon Esports. Is Benny really available, and is Benny really ready for those kind of fights? And in the meantime, PX7 as well. He's currently been stuck in the middle lane for quite a tad bit and unable to really come in for being very pivotal in fights. We don't really quite see that much of an impact, fortunately. As for now, we're just going to be looking at the middle lane. His HP is not looking good. PX7 not looking good. Recalling and as for the side of Cloud9, I think that they're more or less ready to try to bring down this Facility Defense turret.
Yeah, PX7 lost the flicker, has no more passive to work with, but Falcons arrived just in time to defend this tier 1. Both sides did trade their final side lane tier 1, so far still the game even. Falcons Esports not letting Cloud9 get too far.
The side lane game is done. And everyone is probably going to double dip themselves into the middle lane to try to bring down the first defense turret. This is a game of river control. Whoever is able to bring down the first defense turret here is ultimately going to get a big boost in commanding your opponent's jungle.
We talk about the setup that Falcons Esports have with this Arlet, right? That's something that Cloud9 would need to be constantly reminding themselves of. Blowing one up purchased by PX7, that's going to severely impede Cold War's effectiveness with the Matilda. We'll see if this war fight's going to turn out in their way.
Higher bit mic volume or video volume?
This Lord is very daunting, and holding on to the Lord as general period of time is not going to be good, as the final slash is going to be connecting down on 2. He wants to get himself in the heart of the battle, as now they're just going to be focusing on the Kid X. He went in a little bit too deep, and unfortunately, Falcon Esports wasn't able to help him too much. With Royal Milk coming in on the second part of the fight, he's going to be whittled down to the all-time low too. And Cloud9 succeeded in this fight against.
Can you hear my voice now? Am I audible?
I don't think Falcons can even attempt to steal this Dax. He might just have to give himself.
Your voice is echoing.
They even tried to challenge for this. As the rest
now, is it okay now?
Brings him down immediately while Mova Zane stays
I forgot my like. I was
So
listening
this
in my
I
phone
think
also,
Falcon,
that's
they
why I
gotta
was
start
going.
cleaning up their
Is
communication
it
a
good
little
now?
bit. Kidak got sold out by his team. He got an incredible engage, and all he needed was PX7 and Royal Milk to press their buttons at the exact same time. But you saw the delay follow-up from Royal Milk onwards basically allowed Cloud9 to have time to react to that engage, and the rest was history. Benny, he wanted to put out damage, but the synchronization just prevented that from happening to
Okay.
FCON. So the synergy, the synergy,
It's good
Falcons,
now.
they gotta clean it
The
up because Kidak, he's
volume,
been
mic
getting some good
volume,
sets,
everything.
but his
It's
teammate
okay.
isn't pulling their weight.
So they always have
Good.
got the great
Okay,
initiation,
okay.
but when it comes down to following up, it's never quite that. Despite having a lineup
You
that
done
has
with
a
your lunch,
lot of
RK?
control coming in from the Edith, and
I'm
even
having
the
cold.
Fredrin himself. And perhaps we are even taking a look at PX7. In fact,
अरे ये
every
कौन है?
single one of them have
You
got
enemy
control
box.
of their
Welcome to
own
the
as long
stream.
as they manage to
Had
get the
lunch? Yes,
communications
yes.
up and
I
running.
just
So Husky pretty much got in the
I had
nail on the
lunch
head, right?
and
We need the
then I
communications
started
from the side of Falcon Esports
to
to be a
stream.
lot more precise, and they gotta have to call out
Game
all of these
volume
shots
echo.
and all of these skill shots.
Game volume echo हो रहा है?
Luckily, they still defend all their inhibitors. That's the least silver lining. 6k gold behind Cloud9 at this point in time. We know for a fact that Benny, he's damage for sure. He's been able to farm up a storm this entire game, and he is
Up.
going to be the linchpin of FCON as this game progresses.
How's the volume now?
Pretty soon, but again, it comes down to whether Falcons can get the perfect set and give Benny the space to dish out damage. Kidak and Royal Milk, you gotta start working on the synergy a little bit.
Is it good now?
Kidak, he's been doing his job, but the rest of the team, they gotta be able to follow up. They recognize that Dax is not easy for Dax to survive in the face of basic Mobazane and Yellow, but they have an idea on how to pull it off, and it's not a matter
फेस
of
कैम है सोचा मैं नहीं है फेस कैम नहीं है चुप कर फेस कैम फेस कैम
I think that FCON gotta have to look at another way of playing. Like, even if Dax is gonna go down, they gotta have to trade it out one way or another. Because Benny, yes, he's been farming quite a bit, but perhaps he just don't have enough.
Welcome to the stream, B-boy.
Really execute anyone in Cloud9 just yet. And we are coming into 12 minutes in this game. I believe that once we hit about 50 minutes in the game, where Dax is able to contest for Lord when both junglers are level 50,
echo हो रहा है रुको रुको ठीक करता हूँ
it's something that I think Cloud9 and PQG has been doing well as well, is that multiple choices of ultimates, right? It's either I steal Final Slash, Primal Wrath, or even I steal
करता हूँ ठीक पता नहीं क्या दिक्कत हो रहा है
looking with Milo for that guiding win. Unfortunately, it's not exactly what they wanted. Milo got stopped halfway through and wasn't able to pull all the way through. So missed out the initiation, but that's fine. It was not that much committal in Circular Eagle from the side of Matilda. So that's gonna be fine and dandy for now.
Best case scenario, he did hit someone with the second half of Circle Eagle, right? So Gun Reduction did a 5-4 world. Side lanes in favor of Falcons, especially top part. FCON has set up top lane. This is definitely a war that they can try and juggle, but Cloud9 didn't have a lot of damage to run through it if they want to. See if FCON can manage to find the catch. Royal Milk and Kidak on different sides of the pit.
Trying to contest what
नहीं,
their
नहीं,
companies,
earphones
what they're
नहीं है।
going and raring to go. And the Deadlands Walker just going to be connecting down on the front. And Dax still manages to take the Lord for himself. Cloud9 now is just going to be going on for an aggressive front. They want to bring Dax down as much as possible, but he just immediately jumps himself forward, but wasn't able to do it well. Benny, he brings himself and jumps back, and he's going to be safe and sound now. Royal Milk and Dax may have went down, but they have the Lord.
Oh my goodness. Dax, despite under level, constantly
पता है देखो मैं अभी ईयरफोन कनेक्ट करता हूँ ठीक है अभी मैं ईयरफोन कनेक्ट करूँगा बताना
Like Yellow, he gobbled up Dax, they control him, and somehow he got the Lord for his team, saving grace for Falcons. Sure, they might not be able to make a lot out of this, but at least Falcons have found a lifeline in this game. They only have 3 kills overall, but who cares? Benny is coming
Dax
online.
really have got his eye on the prize. Constantly winning all these challenges. In fact, I wouldn't have thought that Dax would be able to win. Like, how in the that even happened? And probably Royal Milk jumping all the way them a lot of time, and probably just Cloud9 just tunnel vision on the Royal Milk as much as possible. Every single one of them
अब ठीक है
to the cost of companies wanting to get themselves the board. They did manage to bring the inhibitor to top lane down now. That gives companies so much more room to breathe.
Let's quickly talk about the deficit in terms of goal. Majority of Cloud9's goal lead actually comes from the jungle gap, right? Mobile has like 5K goal advantage. That's pretty much it. Everyone else is on the same level in terms of network. So that means the Cloud9 network can be considered as inflated. They want to look for that.
They're also going to be jumping onto Dax once again. They are not going to be stopping until Dax is finally dead. But Cloud9 realizes that all of their skill shots are not connecting and immediately treated out of that.
Yeah. I think Cloud9 needs to start understanding that only MobileZ has advantage in terms of net worth, and that is not going to matter as much at this point of time. Everyone else on Falcons, they are keeping up. So this total kill is a bit deceptive for those who don't look at the individual net worth, which means look at Falcons esports. They're starting to take up more space. They're starting to get a lot more confident, and that means that Cloud9, one mistake could lose them game number
6,000 goal lead definitely looks
क्यों
a
इतना एक
lot,
हो रहा है पता
but
नहीं.
how Falcon Esports is playing doesn't feel like they are playing from behind of 6,000. Cloud9 on the other hand though, it seems like they are definitely trying to be as aggressive as they can, but in the meantime they gotta have to show as much respect as they can to Falcon Esports, because we've mentioned before, Falcon Esports lineup is chock full of crowd control. The moment that they position themselves wrongly, that is probably going to be a game for Falcon Esports to immediately turn around on.
It's all about looking for Benny. If they can catch Benny and take him down, then Falcons just runs out of steam in an instant. Malefic Raw just got purchased, I believe, by the Smoskov, so he's basically decked out. Even went for extra attack speed on the boot, so Benny is all about damage. Royal Milk out of position.
And it does seem like he's not gonna be caught out just yet. And such, certainly Eagle is gonna be taken away. Cloud9 probably don't have a lot of utility or any skills to really catch up to Benny, which might actually be one of the main problems that Cloud9 might experience in the later parts of the team fight. The Kid X did manage to connect onto the final splash, but it's pretty much just gonna be a little bit of harassment as Benny focuses himself onto Coldwall. Exactly what I'm talking about. No one is there to really deal with Benny as such. He's just gonna be jumping in and he's gonna be focusing on the MobileZ next. MobileZ immediately goes right in with his ultimate and tries to go for a kill, but unfortunately he's gonna be taken down. Benny picks up a double, or basically just gonna be continuing on to go on for a rampage. But now Benny is focusing on to kills after kills after kills, picking himself a triple. He might want to go for Milo, but he flickers himself away. He just hoping to do something to Benny. He wasn't able to at all.
MarQT tried to save his team, but Benny is just too strong. They should be able to defend this inhibitor, I think. Maybe Benny will just power through it. It seems like MarQT keeps the structure alive. Ward, I believe, was taken by the side of Falcons in that chaos. So Cloud9, they have essentially lost whatever lead they've gotten. We talked about the only network advantage that they have was for MobileZ. Look at this fight, right? Royal Milk goes to engage, he sacrifices his life to get
I don't know
MobileZ,
how
but
to,
Benny,
like, it's because of
uncontested
my
the entire
earphones
fight,
maybe.
Basic, he was
Like,
put so
it's
far
not a
behind
good quality
by Kid X,
earphone.
and when he rejoins the fight with Benny, he just loses out on the one timing, the winds of nature being used by Benny afterwards to survive that one-on-one. And Falcons have completely recovered from that early game. This, right now, is Cloud9's turn to experience the
The
nightmare.
sheer discipline from the side of Falcon Esports, having the priority over the Lord and being able to just buzz down the Lord with that tiny bit of health is definitely possible. However, they dragged it on a little bit longer than expected, and they forced MobileZ to go into a very unexpected position as he just jumps right in with his ultimate, hoping that he will be able to go in for the last hit with the retribution. But with that all said and done, Falcon Esports did not touch the Lord at all. As such, they did manage to force MobileZ in a bad position, bring him down, then subsequently get the Lord for themselves and
Wait guys,
clean
I'm
things
trying
up.
to fix the audio.
Yeah, Falcons Esports in the driver's seat right now. Cloud9 wants to look for more. They did find Royal Milk with the help of the Daytona's welcome, I believe. But either way, network don't matter at this point. We've reached critical mass. We've reached the late game for both teams, and right now Falcons, they just gotta wait for Royal Milk to come back. But C9 doesn't want to
Focus on
wait.
Benny. That is probably going to be the game plan for Cloud9 at this point in time. Does MobileZ want to reserve his ultimate just for Benny, or do we want to see the Circling Eagle being reserved for Benny at all? Because with the great amount of mobility that Benny has on his kit, I think that Cloud9 will definitely have a lot of troubles just reaching out.
I think Falcons, FCON have also figured out that no Daytona's welcome means Cloud9 loses basically their only guaranteed crowd control, right? Their only suppression of a sort. So Milo misses that ult. Falcons, there's so much space for Dax and Kid X to navigate around, and even Royal Milk. And again, Benny, if he's untouched, then Cloud9 is gonna prepare for a world of hurt. And basic, he experienced it in that third Lord fight where he walked a bit too far forward. Kid X basically displaces him. So that is something that basically also needs to take into
Nana,
account
welcome to
for
the
next
stream.
Lord spawning on the top side.
Even though we have the inhibitor turret at the top and the middle lane taken down from the
Wait,
side
guys,
of
I'm trying
Cloud9,
to
this
fix
doesn't immediately
something.
say that this doesn't immediately say that Cloud9 is out of the game just yet. In the meantime, Dana's welcome, connecting down onto Royal Milk. He's still gonna be alive though. He does an immortality, flickers himself right out of that, and all things said and done, Falcon Esports didn't lose anyone but immortality.
Yep. Both XP laners lost the immortality, but Falcons Esports gains priority off the Lord pick because top wave was pushing in. So basically needs to deal with that. But Lord is pretty strong. Falcons Esports is gonna bum rush through it, not a problem. Lord number 4 for the Myanmar representatives. And this could be the death sentence for Cloud9 if Falcons, they just need one last push. And only one inhibitor stands for Cloud9.
Stage of the game where Cloud9 doesn't exactly have very good wave clear as compared to Falcon Esports. Falcon Esports is a lineup that can really play from behind very effectively, especially since we're looking at a Moscow.
Hello, Nana, welcome to the stream.
Sure, you might be able to burst down the Lord pretty effectively from the start of Cloud9, but when it comes down to the rest of the wave that's just going to be marching in, you may have a lot of problems essentially dealing with that. As such, the Lord marches in, ready to pillage everything that Cloud9 holds dear. The Deadlands Welcome still going to be connecting it. Slams Kid X into PX9, a PX7, but it doesn't seem like it's going to do much. As Falcon Esports focuses onto the throne, and the core gets destroyed. Falcon Esports takes game number 1 away from Cloud9.
Crystal shattered. Falcons Esports manages a incredible recovery off of the effort.
Two minutes. GG.
Kidax getting sold up by his team, but Benny farmed up Dax, basically retreat gapping Mobile Zane from mid to late game, winning 2
Guys,
out of 3
I'm
turtle
having
fights
cold,
under level, and
so
even
that's why
Lord retreat
मेरा
fights
voice
as
थोड़ा
well.
अजीब सा लगेगा.
So props to Falcon Esports for keeping a cool head.
What a throw. Diva, ये throw देख के तुम्हें अपना tournament याद आया?
Over for Falcons, right? Cloud9 was so far ahead. How did it all go so wrong? But Falcons just were able to find opportunities to readjust their
tournament
gameplay
याद आया?
and
ये
punish
throw देख के.
Cloud9 for not respecting
Similar था ना?
the power spike that Falcons
It's
have.
definitely difficult for the fans of Cloud9 to be watching this game, as they have got clearly the lead, EXP lead,
What a
gold
cat.
lead and everything, but Dax just comes in to just steal everything that Cloud9 absolutely holds dear and true. And looking at EXP differences, how is he even supposed to be able to take all these Lord dances, and how is he even supposed to steal things away from Cloud9? That's not supposed to happen. So Cloud9, they gotta have to. Right now, it's more of the communication of Cloud9 now. Do they want to focus on the Lord? Do they want to call things out together so that they can time the retribution together with some of the other skills? What exactly is Falcon doing so right? It really boils down to discipline for me.
I think the beginning of the turning point for this game was definitely second Lord, right? When Dax basically stole the Lord somehow. Watching that replay, I felt like
So
maybe wasn't
Cloud9
stuck
is
in
blue
the
team.
animation of his ultimate and wasn't able to get
Yes.
the retreat.
Wait,
Either
let me
way,
check.
that
Yes,
kind of
Cloud9
gave
is blue
Falcons
team.
Esports
North
away
America
in
team.
the game. But the true moment where Falcons basically cemented that their spot in game 1 was the third Lord fight, where both junglers went down. Benny completely just tear apart the entire C9 roster, and amidst the chaos, PX7's Aurora secured the Lord for his team. So, a lot of things went right for Falcons for sure, but you have to commend, I think, Benny in game 1 just performed immaculately to drag his team across the finishing line and put them in a state where they can finally fight
That
C9.
Moscow was
I
so pro
say
that,
is
but we
sheer
get on this.
willpower
But we
coming
get
from
more pro
F1.
Moscow in
Whatever
rank.
that they did in
Your
the
voice
early
is
game,
low
it
again.
didn't quite work out, but they still have a game plan that they
yeah.
want to focus on. And one of the core strategies have
Is
already
it
been
good
taken
now?
on the side of Falcon.
Is
Whenever
it
they have
okay?
the priority of the Lord, and
Hello.
they know that they can force the opponent's jungler to jump into the midst of the action, they will eventually do that. They forced the Spear of Alpha from the side of Mobazin for the third Lord, while none of the Falcons members touched the Lord even when the Lord is literally at its sliver of health.
अरे मेरा
There is
जुकाम हो
definitely
रखा है
that
तो मेरा
level of
आवाज बहुत
anxiousness
अजीब सा आ रहा है
that is
छी
poured onto Mobazane, whereby you will keep thinking, if there's a
ये
gap between
वैसे
me and the Lord, how am I
कोल्ड
supposed to
कोल्ड
react in
नाना
time?
कोल्ड
As such, he did react.
That's
He
why
reacted by going in this elbow and hoping that he will be able to stay alive long enough for that final retribution, but it didn't quite work out for them because the moment he went in, everyone from Falcon focused him down.
And I think it's just a very good spot for Falcons to be in. Great
Manso.
momentum booster for game one. I'm just looking forward to
Chupkar.
see if they can keep this up.
I'm excited to see game number 2 now. Is it going to be a 2-0 in favor for Falcons, or will Cloud9 be able to clap back? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go off for a short break, and once we are back, we will bring you the conclusion of this series between Cloud9 versus Falcon Esports.
एक्स्ट्रा फेफड़े में हवा भर लो पता नहीं क्या है
Just a little bit of a sneak peek into the players. Who do you think
और
is the
एक
most
तेरे को
funny? Who do you think sleeps too much? Like any fun facts about the players that we don't know?
The most popular player, sure, for our team is the Long, the gold laner, right?
Let's
He's
watch.
very popular in our region. So we
Let's watch.
Imagine they can jump to the Vexana and the Luigi.
Let's watch this game.
Vex is exposed.
For Falcon, it'd be Brand, and for XYG, it's going to be the Arlen Ling as well as Chip.
You get
पूरा
a mid
चुप
lane,
था
maybe a
फिर
Novaria, because there's the presence of the
सक्तू
Luigi.
C9
Good combo with the Moskov as well, the Moskov
सक्तू
Varia combo.
मतलब
And the Vexana is going to
गाली
be
होता है ना
the game changer,
There are
however.
two
Which I
live
feel
stream
like
going
is
on
not the
at
best
the
option,
moment.
especially going up against like a Roger. Imagine they can jump to the Vexana and the Luigi. They can go to the backlines. Vex is
Let's watch
exposing.
this game.
Good cover from all three of the heroes that we see from XYG. Technically for Moskov, self-peel with the Spear of Misery. We also have that Edith with the CC lockdown. And I think right now, if we take a look at XYG, it's all about team fighting and forcing their opponents to stay in that team fight. They have so much lockdown, so much CC, and technically even so much burst, and even sustain damage. They have everything when it comes to the skirmishes. Meanwhile, for Falcon's AB Brand, they really have to find creative angles with the Lo Yi. And this is something that I want to bring up, the Lo Yi. We saw the nerf onto the Lo Yi, the diversion.
Now ये
You're not
पूरा
able to
naughty
find
हो रहा
those
है
creative angles as you
ये
used to.
group
Before
A
you
या
could just
group
feint
B
a lot of times, you abuse that crazy cooldown on the diversion.
पता
Now
नहीं group
you're
A
a bit
की group B
safer. And we've seen a lot of teams
Falcon
struggle with
ये
this.
AP
Because
Brand
once
कौन से
you
group
use
में
it
है
and you
वो
don't
वाला
find the
group है
value out of it, it's so easy for you to counter.
Yeah,
No more diversion, punish.
that's my initial thought about Louis the nerfs. And I definitely agree with you that that will be a big hit because it was a very long cooldown.
Guys like कर देना please काफी दिनों बाद आया हो I'll by the way
okay, yeah, sure,
I will be back group A quality is good अरे देखो this quality looks like MSC ना भी बॉय ये वाला लग रहा है कि हाँ भाई एक MSC लेवल का टूर्नामेंट हो रहा है बट जो उनका था क्या बोलते हैं Cloud9 वालों का था वो था वाइल्ड कार्ड वाला स्टेडियम में करा रहे उनको गुड नाइट डैडी गुड नाइट जिन गुड नाइट व्हाट्स अप थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग माय स्ट्रीम मेक श्योर टू द लाइक बटन गुड नाइट
They really want to try to force the
By the
Roger
way
in the
Jin
jungle,
you're
I'm guessing,
pushing
or forcing
this
the
season
jungler.
for global
They want to force you to the jungle because they have a Vexana.
I guess
And
you're
we see
pushing
Wishing
right for
Lantern
global
works well with Vexana.
with your own
Having
team
Vexana, Wishing Lantern, Glowing One, it kind of kills the tank jungler. So I feel like they're trying to force it out. But then Falcon AP Brand, they have an option for the Julian here. So honestly, even Roger in the jungle is completely fine. Yuzong getting banned out as well. So I kind of feel like SYG, they do want to skirmish, but I agree with you guys. It's going to be very dangerous for you to skirmish against a Louis. So what else is
वो पे
SYG
बैठा
looking
है
for here?
वही तो
Maybe some sort of sustain, maybe somewhere alongside a Minotaur. Or
यही देखेंगे मेरे को नहीं देखना वो हट
They go for Nolan instead. Interesting. So this will be an assassin jungler. And usually what you counter with the Nolan is the Ling. However, that was already banned out. The Julian is still open for Falcon's AP Brand, which also is a hero
I'm
that you
not
can
exam
match
busy
up, you know,
okay
50-50 versus the
okay
Nolan. So
all the best for your exams then
Tigreal,
Jin bro
this is an
good
FCAP
night
signature that they use against assassin junglers because they know that they can just invade constantly with that.
I think this could also be a lot of value that Falcon's AP Brand get because it technically forces the Moskov on a Purify or a Flicker, depending on how you want to play it. Well, we've been talking a whole lot about the Moskov profile. You know how the Moskov has been able to utilize that Inspire for the most part to win out in the lanes.
तू ही
Now
लगा
with the
माँ
Tigreal, I
की
think
बड़ा
that is
है
crossed it. That they basically
तू
have
ही
denied
लगा
the
माँ
Inspire away
की
from
बड़ा
Moskov.
है
And they pick up
जानने
another
वो
damage dealer. You're right,
पूरन
the Julian was coming up. And what do we expect the Julian to do here?
Yeah, it's going to be the jungler for sure. It's a skills matchup versus the Nolan. He's going to be dominating
आज
early
तो
game.
किम
XYG,
का
I
भी
think
काम
it's
है
better
हाँ
if
the
they go
live
sustain
stream
like
chat is
Minotaur and
wild.
Units are bad.
Minotaur's already banned,
Check.
so that's a problem.
I'm watching
Those
the
are looking for
different
maybe
live stream,
You
bro.
want to go for a bit more tanky?
Once I'm
Florin
watching
perhaps.
this one.
Yeah, a
Let's see.
frontliner here for sure. Or maybe they just split it out, like get a Barrett's actually. Put it in the X lane.
I'm
Put
not
the
watching
in thermal.
Mobazen stream. I'm
Barrett's
watching the
kinda
AP brand
covers that
versus
frontline. Maybe a Thanos as
XYG
well,
stream.
so that they at least have that frontline that can allow for the Moskov to just freely gain.
Those
Some
heroes
sort of
standing in
export
front
kind of falls into
of
that
them are
scenario as
real
well.
or what?
It's a
Not
really
real,
good
not
pickup as
real.
well.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for the analysis.
Animation,
all across
animation.
the draft. But now,
Arcade,
we're
these
throwing
are
it
all
back to our
animation.
castles to start our first game of the day.
Thanks to the handsome LaFell, Mirko, and Wolf. Over at the desk, it's us, Gideon and Leo, bringing you the very first match of the group stage here at MSC 2024.
By the way,
at
welcome to the stream
EWC.
once.
How do you feel about the draft that Falcons
Please
AP
make sure
Red
to the
and
like
Sharp
button, guys.
Gaming have brought out?
You said that really well, by the way. I just got to compliment you on that. But first,
I am watching, bro. See,
such a sexy
there are
composition.
there are
The synergy
two
in
live
between
stream
the
going
heroes
on at the
themselves
same
and also
moment.
open
One is
honestly,
AP Brain versus XYG, and the other live stream is Cloud9 versus Falcon. So I did watch the Falcon game, and now since there is a break, I came here to watch this game.
Here we go.
This is also live, bro. This is also live. I just came back.
For the very first matchup. And now, for all the points, trying to make it through the knockouts. Let's see how far Shanyu Gaming can take it against the defending world champions.
There are two streams going on right now.
Main properties of this draft
That should make it real. Real what, bro?
just how deep they can go.
I want it to be real. Acha.
CC over to XYG.
और कुछ?
How can this rather soft lineup go against that, Gideon? I'm worried. I'm worried about Long.
I mean, I'm worried about Long as well, but luckily he's taken the Purify. In these types of situations, he's just got to live this lane phase against Super Marco, right? I mean, if he can win the lane against Super Marco, that's an even bigger statement, to be honest with you.
And again,
अरे दक्षिण लाइव पे क्लिक कर तू बीच में से देख रहा है ना यस यस बीच में देख रहा अरे अभी वो चल रहा है ब्रेक चल रहा है इसलिए मैं पीछे आके देख रहा हूँ
So they gotta show up. They gotta show up strong. Oakland living here in the jungle. Again, this is one of the things
चैट
that
देख
was
अरे रुक
alluded
जा
to,
भाई
right in the draft. Like they can live inside said jungle all they want.
Speaking of which, first invasion
कहाँ
coming
है
in here from Kyle.
देखो
Is
अच्छा
now we got to throw it
चल
over to
गया
the casters. Good luck for
कहाँ है
you
अभी
guys.
बॉय
It's time for us to be of service as we go into game
Welcome to the
number
stream,
2 in
YG.
this best of 2. Once again, between
भाई कॉपीराइट मार
XYG
दूंगा
and
मार
Falcons
दो भाई मार
AP
दो
Brent. Gideon, you got to consider the amount of
कहाँ है अभी बॉय
grouping power, the reset that XYG had to go through given that defeat in game 1.
I'll be
the
honest with you,
most
the
watch
first half
party
of the
जो
time I was
बोलती
thinking that XYG was
the
going to
most
replay
clint
their composition from game number 1 all over again. But
Welcome
with
to
the
the stream.
minor changes, and honestly, I think our panelists nailed it on the head. Activate KLBJ.
I ignore
put him
my
on something where he
voice
can
okay
really
I'm
flex his
having
mechanics,
cold
and that Arlet with the support
my
system
nose
that he has,
is
this could
not
be very
nosing anymore
dangerous.
Now it's a tough call. There has to be a give and a take, an oop
मार
to
दो
the
भाई
alley, if you
तुम
will.
कॉपीराइट
Because once
क्यों
KLBJ
तुम
gets
गोली
in
मार
there,
दो
vengeance,
ठीक
final
है भाई
smash, vengeance, then there's got to be follow-up. And where's it going to come from?
See,
Clearly, it's going to come from Lord.
प्रशांत
He's the only one
तमांग
who can
is
really do it.
saying
Him and Yone.
नहीं बोल
Because right
सकता
now, Zed, one of their star players, is on a playmaker as well, a role-playing playmaker.
Well, I think the exciting part of this game is at least XYG's
Bolty you are
composition
watching
is a
the
little bit more
Cloud9
flexible
game
than
right
before.
I
Now they
guess
don't have to just wait for FCAP to do something. They can actually be proactive and they can play very defensively. So now Falcons AP brand, for them, it's about tempo from the lanes. Can they find it?
And now we're off to
गन
a
का
great
लाइसेंस नहीं
start.
है
Again, very little in between these two teams in the first minute of the game. Few here about to get collapsed on.
Man, hopefully he survives. Oh, wait, no, he accidentally whips the skill shot. He's in
खत्म
so much trouble. A simple mechanical mistake costing him his life. And Kyle's easy. He's not
क्यों
going any
खत्म
further than this. He's just going to regroup with his team, focus on maintaining that tempo. I'm sorry, Flap. Hopefully he's going to be able to come back into this with you.
Again, a lot of easy to ask access. CC, there's the onward.
Yeah, but he can't seem to get out of here. Forced to use the flicker early on, and now KLVJ, he's going to have multiple activations here. This is where he's strongest. Somebody give him a little bit more CC so he can vengeance one more time as they find 2 more kills, and that is XYG taking off the chains.
Oh, they are taking everything away from Falcons AP. Brent clipping their wings right at the root. Owen might have even caught some of it.
How can I
if not
ignore
for the
your voice
ancient
while I'm
blessing,
here
if not for the
crazy for
extra
the
physical defense that you have as a Grok when you're standing against the wall or a turret now.
Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I was surprised that XYG got
फिर
so
भी
much
लोही
off
लेके
of
ऐसे ही
that because
मारता
they
है.
were the ones
कल
invading the
बीवा के साथ
jungle. The
खेल रहा
first
था
2
मैं.
minutes,
बीवा,
they're
वाईजी
taking
और
more
मैं खेल
damage,
रहे
but
थे.
it just goes to
भाई
show
जो
that
मारा है हम
synergy,
तीनों ने.
and especially
मस्त.
when you have Arlet, the more CC
लॉ
you
ने
have,
सब
the
कुछ
more
बंद कर
vengeances you
रखा
get.
है.
Oh, so nasty.
And
पिचकारी
now
मारो.
that just shows that XYG, where they're playing in a comfortable atmosphere, again, this is how they play back in their homeland, in their league. They want a lot of CC, they want a lot of collapse. And they've, again, end games under 15 minutes, that Fuse in trouble once more.
Oh, he manages to hit level 4, but he gets out of the way. This time, he's not missing his skill shots, but man, you can just see, with that being said,
जैसे गाना सुना दो.
XYG now open up the
भाई
map
तुम्हें
so
मेरा आवाज
much.
सुन के
Oh,
लग रहा है
not
कि मैं
easy.
गाना
He's
गाऊंगा.
playing a dangerous game here, but it's totally fine. Hopefully they find this kill onto Owen, forcing him to flicker away. The anti-CC keeps him alive, doesn't put that demonic mark on him just yet.
All right, still a tough
दानिश गोगोई
situation.
जो मेरा
Falcons
ब्लैक
AP Brent
लिस्ट में
not
था
out of the
पता नहीं
woods
कहाँ
just
से आ
yet.
गया था.
They are
अच्छा
down
था
about 1,000
भाई.
gold, give or take, approaching, and this does not help.
भाई ने जो
Stealing
गाली
those
दिया भाई
assets,
उसको,
these
जो गाली दिया.
inches that add up to a mile. And now looking at the
When is
XP,
Cloud9
again,
next match?
at least Kyle is
You want
getting
to
his
watch Cloud9
XP.
match, huh?
This is, in some cases, what we call the anti.
Yeah, watch.
Allow this project
Watch
to kind of
Cloud9's
activate
match.
in team fights.
So, going on with the first 3 core picks for Falcon, they have already established that they definitely want to play for a lot more team fights, right? They want to look for crowd control, they will want to look at all the kind of jazz. So, for Cloud9, they will probably want to respond with mages that plays in in an AoE view, or perhaps someone with immaculate high ground. Heroes such as Heath as well as Fasa, which we have seen a resurgence of, might be one of the few priorities.
बीबा मेरा मेज अच्छा है ना?
See
I
the
play
alpha
good ना?
again for Mobile
मैं
Zay
तुम्हारे
C9.
स्क्वाड का
Right
मेज
now,
बनने
as
लायक
long
हो
as
कि
we're
नहीं
not
हो
in
बता
the
दो.
mid laners yet, we're not really sure if this is going to be a Dax Roger or it's going to be a Benny Roger. If you want to ban heroes right now, I'm looking at Novaria right off the bat because Novaria for FCon is such a good pick with the Astro Echo. You magnified hitboxes not just for Terizla but also for Ruby, enabling great hatches. But they are also forced to ban the Aurora because Aurora in the previous game is just so annoying, stopping guys from people like Mobile Zane and stopping C9 from playing this. I run in your face and I roll you over. It is not possible when the Aurora is there.
So lane priority
Proof.
is definitely
Next,
something
thank
that
you,
we
thank you,
have
bro.
talked
Thank you.
about
Man,
pre-game
same
game
picks
1.
everywhere.
And with a Valentina
Meta picks, bro.
right
Meta
here from the start of
picks.
C9, Falcon, they do have quite a bit of choices they would want to go for. They still have a little bit of flex options, as Husky has mentioned, with Terizla in the mid being one of the possible thing. And if that's actually gonna be the case, will Ruby also gonna reflect over the EXP, or is it already solidified over to the roam?
I mean, if you have a Terizla, it's probably wrong, right? But with this either ban, it does kind of play into what my speculation
Not
is.
a pro
I believe
Sicilian
that
Choco.
Falcons have
वो
played
एक दिन
Terizla
हो गया था
mid
गलती
before.
से.
It is, I wouldn't say it's an ideal pick,
Sometimes
but it
happen,
basically
bro.
acts as
Enemy
a
box.
sandbag, right? You use a
Sometimes.
lot of Terizla. I'm not going to go down early on. I can rotate easily to join fights, and I do the exact same thing of setting up for team fights. So Baraz is going to be the choice now that Export gets banned by FCon. Baraz is still one of the few picks that has a guaranteed crowd control, and the suppression allows you to easily win objective fights and keep targets in check. But the Farsa actually is the choice. So Farsa mid, we're going to get the Roger jungle, and that means it's a Ruby gold.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Cloud9 didn't focus on high ground mage that excels in
Our
team fighting
players
right
are
now. In
so
fact,
ugly. Players are all ugly.
It is definitely something relatively surprising.
Let's see
But
how
Falcon
pro
picking up
people
the
play
Fasa
EXP.
it definitely fits in
Yes,
their MO.
Protein Man,
And when it
तुम्हारा
comes
idol
down to
खेल
the
रहा है.
Florin,
Mielo.
it works perfectly when it comes
Your
down
idol
to
Mielo.
comes down for the Terizla as well as the Ruby. We're not really just looking at the fact that there is global presence, but the shred away of anti-heal potential from Cloud9 using those glowing wands or Dominus Eyes, shredding all of those debuffs, definitely great to see.
Yeah, I think on top of that is also the fact that Cloud9 hasn't picked out Roma just yet. They're keeping it for last, and Florian would have been a great option for heroes like this Alpha, right? You basically allow the Alpha to stay alive a lot longer in team fights in the early phase, and just enable that snowballing capability.
That's where
So
stand for
I
that.
think FCON is actually read into this very well. If this Roger gets a hit, it is going
Onyx
to
का
be
गेम
quite
कब है?
a
कुछ चेक
mess
करेगा?
for Cloud9 to
मैं
deal
चेक
with,
करता
right?
हूँ,
Because
रुको.
I don't think Valentin and Moscow would want to deal with a raging Lycan that is ahead in the early game.
Yep. I mean, I think that Cloud9 may not be that afraid of this this Roger this early in the game, right? I mean, his claws definitely would not be as sharp as later in the game, especially since we are looking at the Roger going up against a Moskov, which understandably would have a lot of a tougher time to actually just snowball out of control. But okay, I completely forgot about this thing, possible thing.
It's a Ruby.
Yeah.
It's a Ruby go. Yeah, it's a Ruby go. I mean,
yay!
yeah, I mean what the Ruby go wants to do is just a sandbag, right? Like it's like a Sarissa. Basically, side lanes for FCON. Yeah, I mean even Sarissa side lane, right? Like both side lanes for Falcons is just sandbag. You know, you don't leave the lane, you don't take me down, keep my structures alive.
अभी
That's
है.
the modus operandi. Of course,
Onyx इसके बाद है Onyx का match. After this game,
it's all about to see whether
it's Falcon
Mobazane
versus
gets hit
Onyx.
first,
Nice.
or it's going
Nice,
to be
nice.
Dax, who is going to quantum charge instead of the Warcry. Mobazane taking killing spree of all things.
I actually, now that I think about it, it's actually pretty nice to see that Roger's going over to the jungle instead. Especially since if he's going to be paired up with this Moskov, he's definitely not going to be getting that snowball factor into the game that early. Especially since their team definitely goes around this
Let's
Roger
watch
and
from
the
mobile
Fasa
stream.
for
अच्छा अच्छा.
damage in
As
the
if
early
he's streaming
stages.
right now,
So
है RK?
getting this Roger
कुछ भी
out of the
मतलब.
gold lane is definitely going to be fine. And especially since we're looking at the roaming trio of Florin as well as Fasa, this Roger can stay alive throughout all of these situations, and he can still do some mean damage, as you can see in the middle lane.
मैं बता रहा हूँ ना, जैसे ये नहीं है. ये क्या बोलते हैं?
1 minute and 30 seconds into the game.
ये ऐसे ऊपर लिखा हुआ है ना, ग्रुप स्टेज वीकडे वीक 1. इसका ना तुम एक टेम्पलेट बनवा लो. B-boy एक ना टेम्पलेट बनवा लो, ताकि जैसे कोई भी मैच होता है तो तुम बस उसको एडिट करके अपना टीम का नाम वाम ऐसा करके तुम बना सकते हो खुद से. बस एक टेम्पलेट बना लो.
I feel that Cloud9's lineup right now has pretty much the same kind of problems.
थोड़ा वो क्वालिटी लगेगा ना टूर्नामेंट पे, देख के ना तुमको ना और लोग आएंगे कि मतलब भाई ये बंदा देखो खुद से कर रहा है इतना ज्यादा.
Connected down onto Royal Milk, and unfortunately for them, Royal Milk finds himself taken down. Dax is going to be the next one onto the chopping block, while Cloud9 does the same thing as game number 1, bring good amount of people down while taking the turtle.
Very well executed by Cloud9. Falcon sees once again tunnel visioning, and Spear of Destruction connects from basic as a free kill delivered to the Moscow. Best case scenario for Cloud9. Just like game 1, they're off to a great start. 2K game advantage just like that.
Especially since we want to see a Rogers steam rolling out of control. This is not the game. This is not the result that Falcon essentially would want to see. We want to address a couple of. We definitely want to address a couple of issues for both teams.
फिलहाल पीसी ठीक नहीं हो रहा है, इसलिए कुछ नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. समझ गया.
Using the Roger as well as the Fasa, but in the meantime, Cloud9 they want to completely destroy the side lanes, right? Especially when it comes down to Moscow going up with his Ruby. Moscow is definitely going to have a great time, considering the fact that he's currently 2.3k gold on 2.3k gold in terms of economy, and Ruby somehow still managing to get 2k for himself.
नहीं टूर्नामेंट होस्टिंग तो अच्छा चीज है. तुम खुद ही देखो ना तुम्हारा कितना सब्स बढ़ गया टूर्नामेंट होस्टिंग में.
You are able to lock your opponents in lane. That is good enough. Although for basic, he has the ultimate, so he can navigate cross map if he is needed. Right now, I think they've been. I'm not sure if they were able to steal the purple buff away from Dax, and if they were able to, then it means that Dax is just going to have a rough time, just like the previous game. Like Mobazane is 3 levels ahead of him at this point of time.
Are we going to be seeing a repeat of game number 1? That is always gonna be the question for now. As 15 seconds,
नहीं
as
I
we
don't
are
have
gonna
the
be looking at
system
a
point
total in
system.
15 seconds, Cloud9 readies themselves up by getting quite a bit of control in the river. Down at the bottom though, Royal Milk with a nice little flicker though. He makes sure that he's gonna be out of sight and out of mind from Cloud9.
I don't know how
Milo
to set
himself
up all
also
those things.
expended his own. Oh wow.
PX7 in the jungle. The rotation from Cloud9
No
just
stream
on
left.
point. And
Nah.
the fact that Milo got out.
I need to
Reese and
set
Falcon
it
Esports,
up.
they use all
I
that
need
one
to
nothing.
set it up.
Even losing their own mid lane in the process.
RK.
Second death for the Farsa. Turtle is now up on the top side and trying to see a way for Falcon
टूर्नामेंट से
Esports.
ऑलमोस्ट
Not
300
at all.
400
I
हुआ
think
है
that
वही तो
contesting
अच्छा
this is
नहीं है
going to be a death wish, and especially since they are not getting control of their own jungle as well. As you can see, the Spear of Destruction connects down on the Florian, brings him down preemptively. PX7 hides himself right under the nose of the turret, and he's going to be safe and sound while unleashing his feathered airstrike. Cloud9,
और टूर्नामेंट में वॉचिंग भी आएगी गारंटी लाइक दोनों टीम के सपोर्टर आएंगे ही आएंगे
he should still be dominating enough to eventually jump right in if he really needs to.
This rock is a big problem. It's the wall, it's the problem.
Okay, I will set it up for you. अकाउंट दे दो जोमेटो में एड्रेस डालना आता नहीं है वाईटी सेटअप करके देंगे मुझे जी जी
Out of the way, and he's gonna be safe and sound for now, or maybe not, as PX7 unleashes death coming in with the airstrike. Base is gonna be the next one on the chopping block as well, as Dex brings him down preemptively too.
What a turnaround from Falcons. First of all, Flicker I am Offender takes down Mobile Zane, secures the turtle for Falcons, and a feather airstrike underneath the tier 1, secure 3 more. That's recovery. Falcons are completely stopped, completely negated the lead the Cloud9 got after the first turtle, and Daxi wants
Lead
more.
means nothing to the eyes of Falcon Esports. In the meantime, the Spear of Destruction is just going to be connecting down to Kid X, while the basic is just going to be focusing himself on Dex, but somehow Dex is going to be running away just fine.
Hey.
But Benny, he actually went in for the other feather, which actually pulled the enemy closer to make Dex die. So unfortunately now, Benny went against the world. Cloud9 managed to clap back in that small, tiny little problem of Falcon Esports.
Yo, Benny saved Dax, but Mark UT chased him down. He stole Dax's ultimate. He became the Lycan himself to get the kill. So Cloud9 again punishing, but this is the replay after the second turtle fight, right? Very good coordination from Falcons Esports, just letting Dax get the cleanup, letting him recover, catch up to Mobile Zane, at least making sure that the deficit isn't too bad, and then Cloud9 responds in kind. Mark UT chases him down, Mobile Zane again catches him on some kills, and Basic was able to find another one with the Spear of Destruction. Something that FCON gotta pay a bit of attention to, though. The global presence from the side of Cloud9 is not to be messed with. But at least FCON's deficit isn't that bad. They still keep it under 3K.
I mean, immaculate position coming in from PX7.
रुको B-boy
But for now, it does seem like Cloud9 is just going to be focusing
इस
on
गेम के
Royal
बाद
Milk
लाइव
again.
स्ट्रीम पे
Mobile
करूंगा
Zane got
बताना
pulled
मेरे
in,
को
but I'm offended. And the aggressors, in turn, has been taken down instead. Mobile Zane now suffers a 20 seconds death timer onto themselves, and Falcon Esports focuses themselves in the middle lane, wanting to bring down this first tier defense turret in the middle lane, but Mark UT is going to say no as much as possible, trying to wither down all that ballista as fast as possible. While that push in the middle lane happened, Dax focuses on the turtle and gives good economy to the rest of the team.
क्वालिटी क्यों खराब हो रहा है
The defense
Are
in the
they
middle
talking?
lane, but Mark UT is gonna say no as
Who?
much as possible, trying to wither down
The
all
players?
the ballista as fast as possible.
Yes,
While
they
that
are
push in
talking
the
to
middle
each other,
lane happens,
obviously.
Dax focuses on the turtle and gives good economy to the rest of the team.
Both teams just running at each
They're
other.
actually
with
shouting,
no
yeah, that's
impunity,
true.
with no regard. They just want to fight. This one tier 2 should
They're
go
shouting.
down to FCON. If Mielo can clear it, well, with the help of Mark UT, definitely so. Again, Falcons keeping it within its arm's reach. In fact, Lycan form stolen by Mark UT. All ultimates available.
Is ensuring that there is a nice gap between themselves and Cloud9. Falcon Esports is just pulling all of these gameplay as well as all the play just very effectively. They make sure that trades are trades. If they lose anyone, they will want to find something to recover from it altogether. So Falcon Esports, even from the previous game, right, we have seen before time and time again, they lose some members, but they will find another way to get themselves back on track.
मैं किसी दिन B-boy के साथ बैठ के अगर खेलूंगा मैं B-boy को इतना गाली दूंगा ना
No.
try.
But looks like they are still definitely going to be trying after all. They used quite a bit onto Royal Milk though. But now Royal Milk immediately jumping in for his quick little outfit. But doesn't seem like the penalty zone actually did do anything at all.
Melo misses the Daytona's welcome. Cold War's power of nature basically makes him CC immune to the penalty zone. So both teams just have to call it quits. You know, we tried, but nothing worked out. Probably it's time to get ready for the first lore of the game. It's going to be spawning on top side, which will be taken care of by Royal Milk. Teresa is one of those few heroes that, yeah, you can kill him 10 times, 20 times, but eventually he is going to scale. He is going to be useful regardless, because he is the guy with the body of the Smith after all.
सिर्फ बीबर मेरे बीच में रहेगी ना बात, किसी और को क्यों पता चलेगी?
Especially if Falcons get their hands on
now,
it.
what is the game plan here?
You know, this is the reason I didn't play MLBB when I was in Chennai. बताओ वहीं पे मैं गुस्सा हो जाता.
Because Cloud9, they're just focusing on that time and time again and just not working. But we'll get back to that in a short bit as Basic just went in ham against PX7.
So to get to that as well, right? Having a Moscow gives you global presence. Midpush is very strong, and with PX7 down, Cloud9 would definitely get the score. I don't see how Falcons can contest this. They don't have to floor it out. But at the same time, Cloud9's draft has a lot more power control compared to Game 1. Seems like Falcons, they still want to fight.
Does seem so. Milo flickers himself out, but his penalty zone did manage to connect a little bit on Coldwell, but he's not going to be caring about anything because he does have the power of nature. He's going to be fine for now. Royal Milk is going to be the first one onto the chopping block, and Cloud9 understands that that is probably the most that they can get from this, and they're going to be back
like he wanted to murder someone
the next 11 seconds for the
obviously.
They need PX7 to be around. Dax himself does not have enough damage. You can see he was trying his best to try and get someone into
Watcher कितना है? मेरा Watcher गिर गया क्योंकि मैं बहुत टाइम स्ट्रीम नहीं किया ना, तो गिर गया मेरा. देखता हूँ.
got the lore, won a team fight, picked up crucial targets, but also gets an inhibitor under 10 minutes, under 11 minutes. This is gonna solidify them in the driver's seat for this game for sure. Definitely a lot more solid.
2200 था 2100 हो गया.
Back and forth game. Like Falcon Esports as well as Cloud9, it's very clear that both of these teams are pretty much on par with one another. And unfortunately, only one team will prevail. It's either a 1-1 in this best of 2 format, or it's a 2-0 in favor for Falcon Esports. But at this point in time, the script is writing for Cloud9 to be able to get themselves the one game against Falcon Esports to tie things up. The Lord is going to be marching in the bottom lane, but Cloud9, they want to merge the
हाँ
lanes.
डाउन भी होता है. देखो तुम कभी जाके देखना ना कि जो वॉच टाइम काउंट होता है ना वो 365 डेज का होता है. तो मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल सोचो कि एक साल पहले आज के दिन तुमको एक दिन में 4 घंटे का वॉच टाइम मिला फॉर एग्जांपल. तो आज तो कल तुम्हारा वो एक साल पहले का जो 4 घंटे का वॉच टाइम था ना वो खत्म हो जाएगा. समझ रहे हो? सिर्फ 365 डेज का काउंट होता है ना. तो इसीलिए अब मेरा वॉच टाइम कंटिन्यूसली काउंट हो रहा था. अभी बीच में मैंने 2 हफ्ते से स्ट्रीम ही नहीं किया. तो जो एक साल पहले का इस टाइम पे जून पे जो भी वॉच टाइम था वो मेरा कैंसिल हो गया क्योंकि टाइम फ्रेम निकल गया ना उतना.
Manages a recovery. Fortunately, they will not be able to get the mid-tier 2 silver lining for Cloud9, but you look at the net worth of both teams, it's even.
Dead even. Wow. Falcon Esports, they are definitely going to have a lot of problems.
How the voice got
fixed? The macro gameplay, needing to
I don't know.
The top lane and the bottom lane while trying to score something in the middle lane. Because understandably, the middle lane second tier defense turret
reset होता है क्या? हाँ, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much the replay.
After 1 year नहीं, हर एक दिन का reset होता रहेगा like.
But now we're going to be looking at the next one as Royal Milk just going to be jumping in for the
जैसे
second.
मान लो आज क्या है तारीख, आज का डेट क्या है 3rd ना 3rd जून 3rd जुलाई. तो मान लो अगर तुम्हारा आज तुम्हें अगर वॉच टाइम मिला 4 घंटे तो ये 4 घंटे तुम्हारे टोटल वॉच टाइम से माइनस हो जाएगा 1 साल बाद.
The plan is very straightforward, right? We're going to start pushing lane, we're going to start forcing it to come back to defend the base because
total watch time नहीं, eligibility वाला watch time से माइनस हो जाएगा.
As much as possible, and Cold War sees this. I think Benny just got caught, so Benny go down.
Terrifying. Marcuti brings him down.
पहले
HP. Dex still managed to get it in his
Chuck
pocket
Charvo,
in the end of the day.
RK.
But they want more. They want blood, and they're swimming in the waters. As Marcury is just gonna be going for the IMU, taking away the ultimate of Dex. Just gonna be focusing down onto him as much as
Chuck
possible.
Charvo,
Then another
RK.
just gonna be connected. But in the meantime, the front lines, we do have Coldwell as well as Basic. They are focusing on the Royal Milk, but Basic's HP is not looking good. He immediately jumped himself backwards, and he's gonna be fine for now. The penalty zone connects on the Royal Milk. He's just gonna be stuck in there, and he's probably gonna go down. And the immortality pop, Cloud9, they're marching in. They will be able to take this core down if Royal Milk is not gonna clear things down. But where's the damage? They're unable to clear the core down.
No damage.
All alone to try to bring this core down, and he's probably gonna go down to the hands of Benny. Cloud9 tried to end this fast, and unfortunately wasn't able to do that. And now they face the Lord marching in the middle.
Yo.
Yeah, try to take a sip of Royal
Warudo,
Milk,
welcome to the
people. He
stream.
comes back, Festival of Blood, plays
Say
spicy, one
Saktu,
man fights
Dexter.
off the entire Cloud9.
Chuck
And he
Charvo,
healed up so
Dexter.
much that Cloud9 just did not have the output. Once Basic got absolutely splattered by his hammer. And without Basic, there's no way Cloud9 can end the game. And especially with the lore, right? Your empowered minions allow Falcons to survive for a bit longer. Another lifeline game by Falcon and Cloud9
Grok
coming
ने
so
क्या ही
close
wall
for the
मारा
second time in a row, but just not able to close it. And Falcons have managed the recovery 2 times in a row.
So close to tasting that sweet victory for Cloud9. They want to go for the 1-1 so
यार वहाँ पे
bad,
मॉस्को
but they
नहीं
wasn't
मरता
able
ना
to.
तो खत्म
So
था
we're just
गेम
gonna be
मॉस्को
focusing
मर
on
गया
the present now. Cloud9, they did manage to make sure that the Lord did nothing to their middle lane at all. As you can see, the second tier defense turret is still standing up really tall, and they're completely they're gonna be a-okay about that. There's still about 1 minute until the Lord eventually appears. So both teams, they might actually want to play things a little bit more safe while still testing their distances against their opponents.
The only advantage Cloud9 has over Falcons right now is that they have the silent inhibitors taken down. That is what's gonna, prompt Falcons to defend their base every once in a while. That's something that I feel like Cloud9 should really start taking advantage of. And every time Falcons wants an objective, you force them to deviate from that, right? Push the silent in, threat them with your split push potential. You have a Moscow,
पागल आदमी भाई
structure destroyers.
वहाँ वो अगर थोड़ा सा और रुक जाता ना खत्म होता बट वो आगे निकल गया और तरिजला का थोड़ा सर पे पड़ा उसके एकदम
when it comes down to clearing up waves. But it does seem like we do have Ruby that is just
Cloud9 is behind कितना
solidify more damage.
almost 2k gold.
He did manage to pick up a C Halberd on himself instead of the typical kind of Dominus Ice, get a little bit more defense whatsoever. So Benny as well as Royal Milk, they're gonna be a-okay. When it comes down to clearing wave, they got an AoE, that's all fine and dandy.
The lack of wavelet definitely is going to be a slight detriment for Falcons esports, right? It's why you see Bombardier just got the endless battle and he's working on their Lord. This Lord could help Cloud9 basically win the game over Falcons esports after so long. And Falcons, they know that they have to contest this.
If they don't contest for this, it is probably
Moscow going for backstab, backdoor I mean.
They're waiting for the perfect opportunity, but the quick little reset from Cloud9, even Cloud9 themselves understand what kind of threat that they're looking out for. This game could quite literally go to anyone here.
And Benny knows this, which is why he's waiting to see where Basic is. Basic has used his ultimate. This is the chance. Falcons, see if they can make this happen.
Royal Milk takes his first stand in the front lines. He's going to be holding on to the Lord for a tad little bit. But there's a flicker as well. That as well coming in from Milo, just going to be connecting down. But oh, the hills coming in from Kidax. And sure, the Tex will be able to stay alive for a little while longer. But it doesn't seem like they will be able to do too much.
Basic!
Now, it's just going to be Marcury just going to be holding on to the back. But basically, he's just going to be jumping over to the back lines and focusing down onto the core as much as possible. They push in. It's all left with Kidax. Royal Milk and Benny is nowhere to be seen. Never mind, Royal Milk is now here. Is it really even going to be enough? Basically, just dealing immaculate damage over to Kidax. They want to end this fight, but Basic, he's just going to be jumping around with a sliver of health. Both them, they're going to be fine though. All of these lanes just going to be pushing right in. Even with the Lord, Cloud9 have got nothing that could help bolster the damage of the Lord to help them to even end this game. The split push is tried and unfortunately wasn't done right.
At least Basic got the last inhibitor down, but with Dex back in the game, Basic no help. They cannot end the game just yet. Falcon still hanging on. And you would think with everything that happened, Cloud9 will have at least a goal lead. Even even at a point where it doesn't
30
matter.
सेकंड
But
कुछ होगा
no,
शायद.
Falcons esports are
But
just resilient.
भाई डायमंड्स
It
दे
feels
दो.
like they
फैमिली
defy
प्लेयर
death
वेलकम टू द
itself.
स्ट्रीम.
And again,
भाई मेरे
Cloud9,
पास
the
खुद
only
डायमंड
advantage
नहीं
they
है ब्रो.
have is that they got the Lord. Good control from Mielo, the flicker Daytona's welcome to literally stop Dax
1k
having
पे गिव
any
होगा.
effectiveness in that fight. If Dax got
तब
the
अपना
Lord,
लक
we would
ट्राई
have
कर
a
लेना.
completely different
अगर
story.
जीत
But
गए तो
Falcons esports
खुशी
truly
खुशी दूंगा.
trial and
बट
tested
ऐसे तो
now
नहीं देता
put
भाई डायमंड.
in the most damning disadvantage that they've ever faced in this BO2 against Cloud9.
खत्म
But
करो
it
भाई.
really
वही
feels
तो
like
वो.
recovery is just a stone throws away.
It's all about that split push potential that
यार मेरे को
Cloud9
assassin
could
गेम देखना
potentially
है
just
यार.
throw over at Falcon. Especially since Falcon wants to play team fight. They want to go all in as a death
assassin
ball.
गेम देखना
But
है.
Falcon, I think it really boils down to information. Can they even grab all of these information? Can
Bro, he
Benny and
doesn't
Royal
even
Milk
give
even
diamonds to his
brave
mods.
all of these finest warriors in Cloud9? Walk past all of them and see is
I'm a
Basic
very
even there
selfish
in the
person.
team fight? Because if Basic isn't there, they can expect that Basic will be coming in from the side lanes and try to end the game sneakily.
Hello, मेरा सालन कब मिलेगा? Yo, people,
It's
welcome to
going
the
to be
stream.
difficult for Falcons to take care of the waves, and you're seeing it
रहने
right
दो
now.
भाई, रहने दो.
The
मेरा
best
टाइम
Falcons
सालन कब
exports.
मिलेगा?
They're feeling a heat right now. All inhibitors down, which means these minutes are going to be
कहाँ पे हो
incredibly
पीपो? घर पे हो ना
durable.
शायद?
Immortality onto Mielo as
कहाँ
well.
पे हो?
This last Lord, Cloud9 have priority, starting to finish. And if they can catch Dax one more time, I think Cloud9 surely will win this game. But what I meant to say, right? Falcons have defied the impossible so many times.
Time and time again, they showed us what exactly that they are made of. But looking at limitations, Falcon Esports definitely have got all of that limitations put onto them as to how they can clear the waves, right? Even Ben focus on more
Guys,
offensive
please make sure to
scenario,
the like button.
or rather offensive alternatives from the Dominus Eyes. It definitely managed to help them in clearing up the waves in the later part
only
of the game.
4%.
But 20 minutes onwards, trying
Wait
to clear
guys,
all of
कोई
those
आया है,
negative
ठीक
things,
है?
I
एक
think
मिनट
that is
माइक ऑफ
definitely
कर रहा हूँ.
gonna be tough.
They want Dax bottom side. Dax gets
Oh!
away. Hey, they still
Nice
want
little
him.
flicker coming in from Cold War with the wild charge, but it doesn't seem like they will be able to isolate anyone at all. As such, Falcon Esports, all four men, is just focusing down on him as much as possible, bringing the Grok down. Royal Milk, though, he puts himself at the top lane to give more information. But Cloud9, the main part of the game,
The
is
Winter
down
Crown.
in the bottom lane, as Marcuti is going to be taken down now. The offenders are going to be
Wait.
connecting down on basic. As such, the Immortality is going to be taken down. And that is going to be him going down right now. Cloud9 did manage to bring the Lord down, sure. But we have a full 4 men from Falcons that will be knocking onto the door of Cloud9.
Yo, Keydax with the Winter Crown baited Basic and Mark QT in, allowing Dax to turn it around. But again, like you said, Cloud9 got the Lord at least 21 minutes in. This is straight up an evolved Lord. Falcons, they gotta deal with the wave. This is not gonna be easy, but at least Dax gets the mid-tier 2. And I mean, Falcons was able to buy so much time because Royal Milk sacrificed himself to stall out the Lord take as much as possible. They should have time to whittle down the Lord at least and give PX7 space to clear out the side waves.
I don't think that they will be able to bring the game to the end at this point in time just yet. But it is all just pretty much going to be a wet noodle fight. As now Benny is just going to be going with the armor feather with quick little flicker coming from Star Mielo. He's going to be safe and sound for now. But Benny is just healing up so much. He's not going to die at all. As now Falcon Esports,
guys,
they
don't
do have
fight.
PX7 coming in now. The wall charge doesn't seem
Mielo misses ult.
Mielo, he didn't go for the dead as well. Did not
Basic
connect to
misses
anyone
ult.
at all. Dax gets himself a mega kill. Brings Milo down. That is one of the tough front lines coming from Cloud9 that would really help them to defend this upcoming push from Falcons potentially.
I cannot believe what I'm watching right now, Abstract. Benny, the damage from the Ruby stacking up. Mielo misses Daytona's welcome. Basic misses the Spear of Destruction. Crucial ultimates that Cloud9 needed to land to stop Falcons. Again, good news, Cloud9 has not lost an inhibitor.
Yet.
It's crazy. It's crazy to look at this and be like, the only reason Cloud9 has not lost the game yet is because they got an early inhibitor early on, or else I think Falcons would have closed up shop like, what, 10 minutes ago?
Probably.
But we get to see another potential Lord fight between these two teams, and Falcons continues to defy the odds.
They're breaking every rule out there. Falcon Esports slated to lose in a couple of these team fights, but somehow still managed to come back time and time again. But now Falcon Esports, they did seem like they will want to get a hit down on the MOBA Zane. As now Royal Milk jumps in. His penalty zone connected to the MOBA Zane. A very crucial take. They manages to bring 2% down from Cloud9. Cloud9. And with the Lord that will be popping up in 40 seconds with a death timer of 1 minute on Cloud9, this is gonna be detrimental to Cloud9.
Absolute cinema from Falcons. Kidax, another Winter Crown. And Milo had to use his ult to get away. Basic not able to get a split push going. I don't think Falcons can get an inhibitor, but they sure as hell have been able to manage the minion wave the best they can. One cannon still remains. Penalty
Jumping
zone.
onto Marcuti, but it doesn't seem like Marcuti will be phased at all.
Basic zone
Focuses
landed.
down onto the Terizla, but Royal Milk immediately popping up with the crown, and he's gonna be safe and sound for now. With this one ballista, will they be able to make the dream work and bring down the first
Oh my goodness.
inhibitor turret for this game?
A comeback of a century. Can you imagine? Can you believe this? Day
God.
one of the MSC group stage, and we're seeing this on stream be graced by Falcons Esports. This is what? Lord number 5. Cloud9. Mobile Zane just came back to life. Can they make it there in time? I don't think it's possible. Falcons should have this in the
Constantly
bag.
playing from behind. Falcon Esports, they are well versed in play from behind, and they are not afraid of anything at all. In the meantime, the trades between Ultimate, between Milo as well as Royal Milk is just going to be ensuing. But that's not going to be the catalyst of starting a new fight.
Unyielding
I
spirits
put
for
up to
Falcons
74
now.
this
Lord
season,
finally
100
in their
extra
hands
turn.
after a grueling
Leicester can't
20,
even reach
almost
Mythic this season.
25 minutes. Just beaten and battered, but not down just yet. Lord will be on
दिमाग
the bottom
खराब हो
side,
रखा है
because
इस
that's where
season.
the inhibitor is down. Falcons looking to take up as much space as possible, and it's Cloud9's turn to be on the defense, to stick together. Falcons is just going to let the Lord Odo escort the wave, and that's going to give them opening to start threatening the remaining structures on the side of Cloud9. And I think Royal Mick just got his immortality back.
man
The
gonna
cooldown has
lose.
already come back up. That means another
I won't
life
lose,
for Royal
don't
Mick,
worry.
who is just man fighting Mobile
Doesn't
Zane.
seem like Mobile Zane's damage output, almost true damage, is really doing anything at this point in time. We're not looking at a lot of a lot of high HP heroes from the side of esports. In fact, it is just so sustainable.
खत्म.
And we are
Game
amplifying
खत्म
that
guys,
with Kinex,
खत्म
with his
खत्म.
ultimate, and they're not
Moscow,
afraid of anything.
boom.
But for now, Grok comes in from behind. Colwell was hoping that he will be able to get a final with the wild shot, doing nicely, but
Some.
the penalty zone! Coming in, Royal Milk! They clean things up, and Cloud9, they suffers, and
खत्म.
not the defeat to the hands of Falcon
Bye, bye,
Esports.
sayonara.
And the Falcons soar above Cloud9 into infinity and beyond. The sky is no
Bye,
longer the
bye,
limit.
sayonara.
Myanmar putting a mark on the MSC stage, completely shattering the hopes of North America. Can you believe it? And what a nail-biting game. We thought that Game 1 recovery was cinematic. Game
Let's
2
see the
was
chats
just
now.
for the record, folks. Will never be replicated, will be immortalized as Falcons Esports, the only team to pull something as magical as this Game 2 off against Cloud9.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The Falcons is now in the stratosphere, ladies and gentlemen. They
Ah.
are not stopping by.
खत्म. Let's watch this game.
That
Pretty
was
lady.
Beloy. For the rest of you guys, Lobuka Beloy. Now, before we actually go inside the game, in case you guys don't understand, that basically means
able to go even further, right? Because I think closing out this game is going to be XYG's biggest problem. Because again, there's just so much feel for the side of Falcons AP brand, and if they get a little
420
too low, you
piece.
can
No.
see that Kyle, he's ready to go.
1080 piece,
Like
bro.
Bouncer, like
Yo,
Bouncer,
Suzune,
like
welcome to the
Bouncer.
stream.
Talking about Kyle, again, I'm not so sure what that does for his ego, for his morale. Oh, wait! Super Marco's in trouble, blazing duet!
Oh, no.
So now, no
Wait,
more Cloud9.
Here comes the diversion.
Not today, I guess. Tomorrow,
He gets a
maybe.
steal as well. They're all right on top of Look. Numenal Blast, he needs to connect and only finds one so far. Super Marco wants to get back into this, but Godyang is saying no more projectiles for you as the backline
That's
getting
true.
attacked as well. Lab, he's trying to survive.
I guess not today. They'll play again tomorrow, I guess. They'll play how many games? 2 more games, I guess.
But they could not take Look down.
Target
I
acquisition
guess
and
you
economics
cannot
is
damage
what Shanyu Gaming has above the defending world champion
I
in
can't
this
play
current
you know.
game.
I tried
You
playing
see
the new
this was an
hero, but
amazing
I
setup
can't
for the
understand how to
diversion,
play it.
but
So
they were outgunned.
not for
They
me,
were
I guess.
outmanned, outplayed, and outsmarted in that moment, given that they almost found low, right? They almost found low, but they couldn't finish the job, and now they're gonna lose this Lord.
They're going to do it again, but He's already secured one, and now they jump right into a few. He's just gone. It doesn't even matter at this point. They're looking to fish for more, and Ogren can only do so much. God dang, great Numenor has to zone out the rest of the members, because they're going to get another free pick here. Another 2 kills on
The
top
next
of
game
that
will
Lord.
be
Well
Onyx
done,
versus I
XYG.
don't know
Ogres
which
is buying a
team.
lot of time. He knows
Let's
he's
see.
gone for this world, but I mean, he lasted like 5 or 6 seconds longer than he should
चलो
have.
bye bye
Yeah,
guys.
he did. But
कहाँ
honestly, it's
आप
precious
boy?
time so that Falcons AP rank
कहाँ
can
जा
start
रहे हो?
thinking about, hey, we can start freezing our waves. We can start desyncing these
This
waves
more
against
so
XYG. So at most, they only
30
take our outer turrets.
And there is still a tier 2 in mid and in bottom, so they are going to stay inside their base and maybe keep a little bit of their jungle. Best case scenario. Worst
Alright.
case, this is all over. These are the kind of situations that a roam Lolita love, and we don't see really much of
Bro.
Lolita. But
Yeah.
now, check it out. We got Godgang about to make
Next
a difference.
game is
They're
Onyx.
gonna lose an
Next.
inhibitor?
Yeah, they might just lose this inhibitor here. Look, he's trying to
Same
get these
करना
auto
है.
attacks
Rank
in. It's
खेलोगे भी boy?
frustrating because he's just
Rank
out
खेलने जा रहे
of
हो?
range. And it's still, the next wave is probably going to collapse. But here comes Lord on the top side of the map, and it looks like FCAP. They're waiting for the opportunity, right? Lung is a little chunked out right now, but they need to deal with one problem at a time.
Let me in, says XYG. And they are going to see this massive wave down bottom. Can FCAP get to it?
They should.
Oh,
They lost it.
penetrated. We're in.
All right.
Hammer 3
So
minutes.
big
I
wins
saw
for
I saw the
XYG side,
photo.
because most of the time it really comes down to, hey, can I set up
देखा
that
था मैंने
checkmate
वो
angle,
photo तुम्हारा.
10,000 gold lead, first Lord, break over the
History वाला.
inhibitor, and then you've got a very clear way to end this game. But Shanyu, at this point in time, 6,000 is pretty good for them, but with that open inhibitor, the next Lord is going to be so much tougher for Falcons AP brand.
I mean, good news and bad news, right? You're looking at the bad news. Good
Yeah.
news is Lord is on the weak side.
Oh, it
Lord
is.
where it needs to be for Falcons to be able to defend. And if I'm not mistaken, Purple might go over to XYG. There's the jump.
Yeah, but he gets pushed back by the final slash. And Baptiste, he doesn't have enough time. He ends up going down before he gets some real value. Oh, but Ogren, he does get a really good wild charge, but it doesn't matter. Everything's being reflected back. The damage dealers can't get their damage in because of Kanya.
What a perfect Lolita pick. Now the fight continues.
The KLBJ, he's out of there finally, despite the reaction. Like it bounce, it's not good though. Look, he needs to be careful. He cannot get hit by the second half of that.
That was a bloody battle. XYG really could have gotten punished so hard, but Godgang was where he needed to be, and KLVJ
I shared
doing the
another
right amount of
one
sustain.
now.
I'm loving the TV,
क्योंकि
man.
I'll
Thunderbelt
watch
is
it
on the
later.
rise. Permanent
बाद में
hybrid
देखता हूँ मैं.
defense for every time you hit an enemy with that enhanced basic attack every 4 seconds. That's going to add up. The
Share
longer
on
the
my
match goes.
Discord as if you have a Discord, RK.
Right? Because now KLBJ, with Brave's fight as well, he is
Or do you have a
ultra
Discord?
tanky. He is not easy to take down at all, considering, well, FCAP's considerably bad position, but I think it's more towards the economics than anything else.
What you call an absolute unit. Reminds me of a good friend of ours, JC.
Yes, yes. Mr. Rezbek himself, the building, but with this Luminous Lord, things are, wait a second.
What?
Did he just, did Godgang just
Is
purchase
this a magic build, Lolita? Let me double check the numbers. Does that scale?
Yes, it does scale. It does scale in a matter of fact, and it also gives her a bit of a shield. So this is kind of interesting, right?
When you're this far ahead, you can afford to do that.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong there. When you got money, you can do a lot of things. But at this point, I think that XYG, they want to end this game in one singular fight.
And they are close to their average game time, about 15 minutes. 14:30 right now. Second Lord of the game. They're doing the best rendition of a dance that you can in 2024 in July in this current meta game. Lord here, 3/4 of its health get reset.
Right? The mission continues, right? And I think this is kind of good for at least Falcons AP brand. Despite it being on the weak side of the map, they can at least rotate down, get somebody to clear it. Best case
I'll
scenario,
try.
maybe XYG moves off.
एक ही गेम खेला था, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया स्किल क्या है. I haven't watched videos about like how to use and all. I need to watch it, then I'll see.
It's not good. Ogren, he gets blasted by U1. And now you can just see how annoying this Eternal Guard is. It's basically Vexana saying, no, I'm drawing a line in the sand. You can't walk past it.
Got sent back right into Ohio. 5:14 currently. XYG controlling a majority of the map, and it's not like they're hurrying to do that. They are literally just walking in the sand. They are just having a good old time, treating this lovely Wednesday afternoon like a Sunday morning. And they get the second Lord of the game. Now it's back to drawing board for Falcons AP Brent. Oh no, they're gonna put. Oh no, there's salt in the wound. Lord spawns down bottom. That's Falcon AP Brent's Achilles heel right now.
I think here's the biggest problem, right? XYG, they did this dance for so long. Look at the money, right? Falcons AP Brent are 2,000 away from the key power spike. And I think when we're looking all across the board, right? Like, Kyle, he's pretty strong. He's got the items.
Yep. Also looking at Super Marco. He needs one more, and then Bob's your uncle. Lord's inside the base. Mid lane in jeopardy. Top lane, Long's getting to it right now. Lord might actually go down. FCAP, maybe, in my opinion, defending the second Lord better than the first.
Yeah, much better, in a matter of fact. You can just see that XYG. Oh, hold on. Eternal Guard is already out super early on. The wave clear is just way better for the side Falcons AP Brem with the help of Few, making sure that he's able to spread out the damage.
That's right. The first 5-10 minutes of this matchup was bad for El Capitan. Last time he saw MSC was in 2018. Now he's in a formation.
Oh, the wild track and then the heavy spin. He's trying to flicker out there. But Super Marco is already in the back line, allowing to get Kyle Teasy the kills. And now it's still pretty dead centered even, but somebody has to go down. Immortality's broken like a bounce from Kyle once again. Take it, look. Now he gets aggressive, finds a shutdown onto Kyle Teasy. Well done, XYG.
That was tough. The only remaining players from Falcons AP Brent, Saber, Flap, TZ, who pulled the Primal Wrath or the Softies. That's why they couldn't lean hard into their current power spike. But that could have definitely gotten much, much worse.
Yeah, this shield coming in from God Yang is proving, is honestly ruining the tempos of Falcons 8 grid. As soon as XYG suspect, hey, they're walking up, they're about to engage, that shield comes up. Immediately, the range heroes are like, we gotta calm down.
Oh, Luminum Blast.
It's already
Catching
down.
no one.
Oh, wait. Oh, good pushback. But they always lose one person. That's it. He's already down. Wind of Nature coming in for Super Marco. He's looking for as many people as possible. Wolf is already losing his immortality. Can he get out? No. It's too late. Despite already.
Onyx game started, guys.
First game. You're pretty good, you know? Top two at least.
Sorry.
I get that. But also, for Falcons, you gotta pay attention to Goodnight. In my opinion, Goodnight has got to be the star player on the team because it almost seems like, all right, he's gonna be the main carry. Right, you expect the gold lane to be the super carry. You expect maybe even Ding to carry on these big picks like the Benedetta, the Paquitos that he's been able to use even in the grand finals. But Goodnight,
I'm going now. Onyx game started.
Any hero, even a utility one, an
going
enabler,
now.
to just play it as a carry.
I think he is really acclimated himself in this region, despite being from the Philippines. He's been part of Okami since early 2023, and now up until today, it's part of Team Falcons. Definitely knows how to play. They have dominated the region. I agree with you. I think Goodnight has found his own niche in playing. I think there's this what they call in the Philippines where it's a sort of a handicap because you're playing in a higher level ping. And then when you get into the land situation, you're much better, and I think it really helps the role that Goodnight's playing. Haven't really talked to Jim, but he's not that quote-unquote famous in the Philippines, but when you look at his gameplay, definitely plays really well.
We got to talk about the draft as well, because something that caught my eye was from the previous series is that the mid lane is actually very, very important, because we saw how Deluyi was very, very impactful, but we got to talk about how Vexana has been doing pretty well as well. For this matchup, do you guys think that the mid lane is something that we have to pay attention to? Or
yes.
Perhaps no?
100%. I mean, just look at Sans, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably going to be one of the less priority picks because we know that Sans can essentially play anything.
Oh, yeah.
And there will be a lot of flex. I will not be surprised if there will be like a, Hellguard position for.
I mean, he used to be
Terizla play. Yeah,
he used to be a jungler.
That's right.
We even saw him play Ling in another tournament, and he went to the jungle. They flexed super hard, but we won't talk about that. I think for Sans, for Goodnight, the fact that we were highlighting both these players, we also technically gotta highlight the junglers as well, because for Kyrie, he might just be able to steal the show on this one, knowing that the assassins are back in, the meta. You can dictate the game on the Lings, the Fannies, the Hayabusas, you name it.
Here's the thing. Good news, bad news. Good news, Skypiercer came into the game, making it so that kills are very important.
Yes.
The bad news is, we might not see highlight clips of Kyrie with 1 HP escaping multiple attempts of kills onto him. Because, again, Kyrie is a highlight machine, man. Every single time you open your TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you'll see the guy, and you'll see him cheating death multiple times. Yeah. Do you think, because now from 6% going to 4%, maybe he can still do it, but maybe it doesn't look as crazy?
Come on, man. I think there will not be an international tournament without a Kyrie highlight. Kyrie surviving with
Kyrie.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who does that.
Yeah, no one does.
And then from what I hear, Sky Piercer is actually named after Mr. Sky King Kyrie.
Oh, that does rhyme with Kyrie. Sky Piercer and Kyrie makes sense to me. Sounds the same.
All right.
Same syllable, same letters.
Skyreercer.
Kyrie, sir.
Sky Piercer.
Skyrie Pierce.
Scary Piercer.
Scary
Piercer. There you go. There you go. That's how we solved it. Now we're going into the pick and bans here. Falcon is the first pick. Fnatic Onyx, second pick. They ban out the Luyi. And Fnatic Onyx banning out the Chip.
Yeah, I think when it comes to priority for Falcons, knowing that they banned out this Louis, they probably will go for something really standard, like Roger, for example, the Kimmy Flex. Hayabusa,
I love that ban.
Yeah.
very early ban.
I mean, like, you're going up against Kyrie, man. The scary Kyrie.
Scary Kyrie.
The scary Piercer. The Skyrie Piercer.
At this point, by the way, for Fnatic Onyx, this is what they like to do, even in NPL Indonesia, right? They take the red side, but they are the ones to actually force out a lot of the big picks to be left open.
Okay.
See the chip ban, and then I think for now they're just going to ban out all the respect bans over, like Faramis, great pick by Good Knight, was able to get them a lot of the crazy victories in the grand finals of MPL MENA. But for Fnatic Onyx, I think right now they want to leave that Angela open. They want to get the Angeling if possible, and technically it forces Falcons to choose whether you want to ban it, you want to first pick the Angela, or you want to go up against Angeling Kyrie.
Yeah. If you want to let go of the Angeling, you have to first pick the Valentina if you're Falcon. That's your only answer, your only out for that kind of composition.
Good Night.
That's right. So that could be the choice here for Falcon.
I mean, the thing is, we've seen multiple teams actually get, well, I would say get baited by allowing the first pick Angela, but I like that the Julian is banned here. So even if they want to, say, first pick the Ling, there are still counters, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The Nolan is still open. Kyrie can use the Nolan very well, but it does give options for Falcon here.
Yeah.
They want to pick up the Angela first pick. They want to pick up the Ling first pick. It's much more flexible. Now the Hayabusa as well as the Julian gets banned out. Almost like they want to force Fnatic Onyx to pick Nolan or Ling.
Yep. I think the only two choices here for Falcon is Ling or Valentina.
Yeah.
Ling is an absolute risk because Fnatic Onyx can just go for invade type of roamers for Mr. Keyboy, which he excels at. Valentina, it should be a vanilla pick for Falcon because it's a one size fits all kind of a hero, you know. But then you give the Angeling to Fnatic Onyx. Even if you draft against it, they're just really good at that hero.
You get so much control now on the Ling, you know, even when you take the purple buff away, it's much more sustainable when it comes to the energy.
Oh, yeah.
But also, a lot of teams, the way that they've been able to beat Fnatic Onyx has been through taking away a lot of the playmakers, a lot of the carries in the mid lane.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing, you know, the Loyi ban, the creative ban, and that's why they might not want to give the balance, you know, open, but...
We forgot about the Harris.
I mean...
Oh, man.
Here, there's a reason we forgot about the Harith, right, LaFell? We saw the Harith.
That's Angeling 100%, dude.
Abysmal win rate, but yeah, for sure it's going to be the Angeling. If it's left open, Fnatic Onyx, they never, even in the previous patch, when Assassins were not meta woke, they were forcing the Lings out. So now, they don't.
Okay, so I think that they're giving Angela so that you're baited, and then they flex with the Esmeralda last pick for Fnatic Onyx. So
Interesting.
that's still scary. I will advise against picking up the Angela. However, they're kind of forced to if you're.
No, I mean, like, Harif Angela is crazy, dude.
Yeah,
like,
but then
it
again,
makes it so that Harif has 9 lives.
if you that is what a game that we call Esmeralda-able.
I mean, I don't know.
A backable, Esmeralda-able, we're just making our own, you know,
Exactly.
turn now.
Personally, for me, I've seen Harif again and Angela
Yeah.
playing the Esmeralda. Unless you go full damage, it's gonna be a tough time.
Yeah. But then, okay, so Valentina makes a lot of sense. There's the Edith. Really good pick. What happens if you're Fnatic Onyx that you can actually pick up the Angela for sure. But then having the Valentina, which I kind of prescribe as the first pick for Falcon, means that you have a way to copy that Angela, right? With the hard card. So it's really good. Edith is also generally a good pick. There's the Farsa. It's going to be picked up for that. So no Angeling whatsoever for now.
Look at that duel, man. That looks awesome.
Yep.
But either way, yeah.
Ling is so tall, dude.
He is.
He's like 6'4".
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but if you want to know that I'm lying. But either ways, Farsa getting picked up here, I feel like is an amazing pick as well.
For sure.
Creating a lot of pressure, especially Sans.
Yeah.
Sans is one of those players, if you pick a vulnerable hero, he's not really vulnerable. He finds ways to make sure that he outplays you. He's on getting banned immediately.
Yeah. Also a really good answer to the Valentina in a way that you can lean against something. And definitely. Okay, so Yuzhong is also one of the heroes that you will consider if you're facing up against the Ling, because there's one-shot combo, especially if the Ling doesn't have the ultimate anymore. So it's also one good ban here coming off of Fnatic Onyx. So if you're Falcon, I think you want to ban Ruby, as it is one of those combos with the Ling. Also, a decent laner versus Harith.
I'm not too sure where the Arlet's going, because that could still be utilized as a flex pick.
That's right.
For Team Falcons, it's a really good first phase draft, man. The fact that they picked up the Harith and then they pick up the Edith instantly. Because usually we do see a lot of teams go for the Edith after seeing the Harith. You want to try to force him out after using his Zaman Force to stay in the team fight. You want to try to punish on that cooldown, but finally now we get to see the Angela ban. Still, I really expected Fnatic Onyx to go for the Angela over the Farsa.
That's right.
But knowing how early game-centric the game is, Farsa is played in a very different way.
Yeah.
Back then, M3 was like, all right, it's all about scaling, getting into the mid-game, but now Farsa allows you to deal damage so early on. Sure, you can't one-shot people, but it allows Mr. Kyrie Man to fly over to execute, especially if he goes for Sky.
That's the game, right? So this could be Ruby or Beatrix. Oh, they pick up Kaja, so they have showed that this Arlet is going to the XP. So Kaja is also an answer to the Harith, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great answer to the Harith. You know, with the Divine Judgment, you get that suppression down and you lock him down instantly, but you also give a big ultimate over to the Valentina. And it's Good Night, the guy who can go for these crazy angles, very similar to Sans back in MPL Mina. But now I want to talk a little bit about Fnatic Onyx, because usually when we see the Kaja, we expect the carry. But in this game, do we expect the carry? You know, there are a lot of damage dealers here, not a lot of beefy boys. And maybe that illusion is trying to force out Falcons to go for more damage output, and then they can pull off something like a Brody.
Yeah, Brody or a Beatrix, actually. Because the carry is going to struggle against their Harith in the lane. If that goes, that's a very difficult thing to go for. And now it's going to be Baksha, very good pick, and the Benedetta. All right.
Signature ding.
Yep. Got to be splitting the map for that one. I think Fnatic really is a good Beatrix game if they pick it up.
Beatrix.
Yep.
The only thing is that the scale is, you know, like they're...
There you go.
Yeah, the scale is going to be something that Fnatic Onyx have to look out for. I feel like the Farsa really has to do well, but either ways, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your service here during the draft. But now, starting the second match of the day, we're passing it over to our casters.
Le Champions of Indonesia going up against the hometown heroes, MPL Men's champions in Team Falcons, facing off in the second best of two from the group stages here at MSC 2024 at EWC. It's Leo and Gideon at your service. Gideon, how are you feeling about the draft?
Honestly, I was thinking that, like, oh, it's not as lopsided as I thought it was going to be, but more importantly, it's highly mechanical. Like, a single mistake could lead to an entirely huge snowball that turns into an avalanche.
And there's a good amount of give from both sides. Again, it's very rare that both teams can draft actively. It's very rare that both teams actually walk away with a strategy that they're comfortable with, that they're happy with, and you know what they say about negotiations. If both parties walk away happy, that wasn't a good deal.
Yeah, and I think that's the scary part. Once we get into this game, it's going to be Falcons on a blue side up against Fnatic Onyx on the red side. Both purple buff starts at this point of time, but let's just talk about how this game is going to progress, right? Because I would imagine that they want to be pretty proactive towards the EXP side for the side of Falcons, but at the same time, it feels like Fnatic, hey, if you're going up to the top side, I can attack the bottom side. If you are caught slacking, I can go to the other.
Yep, again, very different dynamics when it comes to the opposite side of the map in the gold lane. You have the Beatrix, oh no, Super gets caught out, pushing Keyboy away. Pretty good damage output from that mid lane from Team Falcons.
Yeah, they just want to slow him down as much as they can, right? Even Baxia should have priority over Little Wanderer, but it looks like Keyboy is able to create just enough space for him. In the meantime, right, at least until level 4, we're not expecting Fnatic Onyx to be doing anything too crazy.
Yep. Something to note here, Kyrie rocking the war cry, and that's interesting. Again, you would assume from the time he lands into a couple of slashes, then the Tempest of Blades deals a lot of damage. That's just value on value on value squared.
And hopefully he's going to make that work, right? Here comes, ooh, Kyrie trying to go, forcing out Good Night to flicker away. These are the small advantages you're looking to create just before the turtle spawns.
Yep, it's tough because the mid laners have yet to hit level 4. So that means they're going to have to double time it up so that this turtle coming up in the quarter of a minute could be better secured for their sides.
Well, I mean, I was expecting maybe one of these teams to like start sending their mid laners to the EXP a little earlier than expected, but it looks like Falcons, right, sneaking around Keyboy. They don't know that Goodnight is on this side of the map just yet, but the fact that he hasn't shown up mid, Lupti, he's pulling back just in case.
All right, say no more. Falcon seems to be ahead, maybe by a step. Now Keyboy looking at the turtle, letting it go. Can Kyrie clutch it? Not going to be finished with the purple just yet. Looks like Team Falcon's going to secure.
Yep, Good Night. He's immediately on it, stealing away the Divine Judgment, getting Kenji the kill that he needs on top of the turtle being slayed.
Where's the give? Fnatic Onyx checked in on the turtle, and here it is. Kyrie going for the purple. The opposite side. Grant that purple. He's going to come in. Tempest of Blades up.
He's trying to jump away. Good Night is trying to make sure that he can't slip through. Finch points out of the way. And even CW, wait, hold on. Lupti on the opposite side, losing this trade against Ding so far. No Petrify used just yet. Ding could look to dive.
That boy elusive.
He's quick.
That boy quick. And that could have been disastrous. Again, you're looking at Team Falcon. Oh.
He's so close, he attempted to dive, used the Petrify, including the Electro Final Blow.
What kept him up, All right, he's got the jerkin.
He's got the jerkin.
That was the main difference because Fury Hammer was Ding's call.
Is Lupti trying to build the Thunderbelt?
Early on? Looks like it. Those are the ingredients, those are the components.
That makes sense, it makes sense, but let's look at this replay one more time because, like, it's so quick. Goodnight walks up to Keyboy, instantly grabs his ult, yoinks him, and pulls him away, transforming him outside.
Oh.
But wait, now the Feathered Airstrike's coming through. All the suppressed, real good stuff coming in for Keyboy, finding his revenge. The foreshadowing from the replay already coming through, but Goodnight, this is where it gets dangerous, right? He's still holding on to the Feathered Airstrike.
That does more than close the gap. If anything, now it's Fnatic Onyx who have the tempo up because, again, you have the Finch Poison Kyrie, and then you have the Bakshi Unite, the rollout from Kenji. So now you see the difference. Now you see how Fnatic Onyx might make the most of this 10-second respawn timer and allow for Kyrie to get back on track, get that farm up.
Yeah, and better yet, he's already ahead of Kenji by 1 full level. Kenji, he's trying to keep up with Kyrie at this point of time, but these rotations are very, very fast, and any bit of wasted space, Wade. Lupti, he's going to get that final slash down. He just finishes the Thunderbelt. Ding, he's trying to get on out of there. Electro Final Ball with the Petrify. Kyrie picks it up, the alley-oop you were talking about.
The oop to the alley. Kyrie and Lutpi, amazing work from these two in trouble in mid.
Sods, he's trying to survive. Final Ray, wings by wings. Good movement as now the Feathered Airstrike into the Divine Judgment. Kyrie coming for it. He's chasing, but no, only the back line. Lupti is going to do the rest of the work. That's a double for him, and even with the Zaman Force, Lark, he's out of there. He doesn't want to be part of this. Ding comes back in, and that's going to be Lupti taking out 3 people by himself. And Keyboy, he doesn't mind. He flickers away into the bush. He doesn't see it. Ding picks up Keyboy just in time, but at what cost?
That wasn't the time. It's possible for Benedetta to go 3v1, 4v1, but not at 4 minutes. It's very difficult. And this is a situation where you gotta ask, who is the beatdown? As a Benedetta, he's building full damage, but right now I think what Team Falcons need to do is play defense. They need Ding to hunker down and take control of the XP lane, not go find team fights wherein they're just cleaning up for scraps. It's difficult to be Team Falcons right now. You don't want to be a vulture, you want to be a falcon.
Exactly, right? It's about these rotations. Unfortunately, if Ding didn't die just now, he would have been there. He would have been a step ahead of Fnatic Onic. But that's the thing. It's about tempo at this point of time for both of these teams. Even for Fnatic Onic, they're very patient with it.
This does confirm our suspicions, an early Thunderbelt on to Lutpi. All the while, you see Ding putting down his foot on the clutch, man. I'm gonna switch up. I'm gonna switch up. I'm gonna go ahead and build the Blade of Heptases and then go defense. Something to note. Kyrie now on his way to a Piercer.
Yep. I think this is a really good... I mean, technically, had he just forced the Piercer first, that would have been nice, but still, Zucker's Fury is good. Genji, Lupti misses it, but it doesn't matter. Kyrie's still in the back, and they give that kill over to CW. Ding, now part of this. He could jump in, but it's not looking good. Divine Judgment is already through. Ding does not find the targets, but still catches two. Whoa. Can he get a third? No. Eye for an eye to get him away, but Lupti says no more. You do not take out my teammates without the Phantom Tax. Lark finds one, and Lupti, he could chase, and he could actually win this with no Xamarin Force. He just needs to buy slime. Oh no! Flickering behind him. It's too late. Lark goes down, and Lupti just showing that the Thunderbelt is better than you think it is.
Like a true Sigma, coming in, saving the day. Kenji tries to make the most of a losing situation, but that could have been a preview of what Lark looks like in the late game. Here's a quick replay of how it all started. Very good ult control from Fnatic Onic. They know when ults are to be used. They know when bodies are to be taken down. And it just so happened that in this micro moment, Lutpi just went God mode. Ultra Instinct. And level 5, man. Luffy stuff.
Truly.
I love Naruto.
Oh, what a shot from CW, taking out Ding just like that. Good stuff coming in from Fnatic Onic.
And that's the last turtle scored by the MPL Indonesian champions. Four time, back to back. Even far away from home, they are soaring beyond the clouds. Man, is it just me, or is maybe Kenji's getting caught out a little too soon and he's not where he needs to be?
Well, here's the problem, right? As much as Kenji wants the front line, he needs angles. He needs to threaten positions of Fnatic Onic. But Lupti, at this point, he's playing really... Well, hold on. The pick is starting to look good, and it doesn't really matter. Kibo, he doesn't have an opportunity to move at all. Just CC to the ground.
You were saying, I'm curious.
Yes. I was saying that they need to make sure that they can telegraph where this fight is going to be. We're looking for choke points, mainly because Ding really works well in these types of positions, right? We saw their backline getting chunked almost 100-0 without getting touched by the Electro Final Blow.
And I understand. And so far, I think that's what he's doing now. He's trying to cordon off where they can go, and now he's in trouble.
Oh, he's trying to have some movement, but it doesn't really matter. Super not in position to peel away from him. And Fnatic Onic find another kill once again. Good night. He's got to be careful here. A single CC can put him out of misery.
All right. Ding doing some work up top. He's going to get that push on tier 1, but down mid, I think that's the main artery that both of the teams need to focus on. Fnatic Onic is 3K ahead. That's huge. Honestly, I'm still thinking, when is Lark going to get the dance? Even in that last team fight wherein, you know, they could have gotten away with a huge trade, a huge blowback. Fnatic Onic just knows when to deny this little boy his playtime.
Yeah, I think it's good that they do, right? That's what this entire composition is for. Ooh, final slash onto Good Night. Oh, Feather Airstrike, one more tick. No, it does not find it. And Super is able to cancel it out. They do lose a flicker, but at least Good Night is alive. Now, Fnatic Onic will slowly encroach on the Space Key Boy. He does have the Divine Judgment. He needs to pick a target. Oh, dang, he's out of there. No Electro Final Blow. This is starting to look really, really good, but he's waiting for Sans to get his ult back up. Kenji, he's going to engage, but no, nobody's following up on this. They're going to back up. Wait, hold on. Sans is getting a little too low here. He's already used the Purify. Sky Piercer purchased by CW.
Uh-oh. That's two sources.
That's two sources.
Of a kill switch. Fnatic Onic definitely on the offense now. Down bottom, Ding pushing back Kyrie and this rogue wave. And Falcons, are trying to go for the contest. Are they just baiting out this Lord?
I feel like they, Keyboy, he flickers forward. Now they can punish him. Lufty flickers as well to try and peel him away. Lark finds 1ZW, takes Super as a trade, and now they're pushing them out of their jungle now that Kyrie has regrouped with the team.
All right, a 2-second dance is better than no dance. Lark definitely played a key role in pushing back Fnatic Onyx. Now the jump once more.
Lufty, he's chopping. Electro final blow. Petrified the 2. Stolen feathered airstrike. Cut CW down. Chewe can't get in.
Oh, good night with a clutch. Ult coming in. Forcing Kyrie back. The secured Lord by Ding. Falcons eating good.
I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting the junglers to be the major sources of damage, and as well as Goodnight and Sans. But honestly, it's the EXP laners.
And that's what's problematic for Fnatic Onyx right now. Again, up until the 10-minute mark, they've been calling the shots. They've been winning. But that's where they need to be. If it's the cores that's working, Chewe and Kyrie, that's all good. But since you mentioned it's the XP laners that make the difference, I think Fnatic Onyx is caught out in a weird spot. It's like, wait. Why can't Kyrie do much?
Yeah.
Why is Chewe getting caught out second time already?
I mean, the panelists mentioned this before, where a lot of comps are having secondary sources. Wait, here comes the conceal. Kyrie Finch Poise is out of there, has plenty of energy, and he actually spots 4 members of Team Falcon. He sees Ding by himself, but look at this, right? Kyrie will have to eventually use his ult-eye for an eye and Electro Final Blow out from Ding. And this is why he's been minimized, right? That raw damage forces him to ult too soon.
Ding is amazing at what he's doing. He's basically acting as a threat magnet, a thunder rod from Fnatic Onyx, so that whatever they're doing cross-map, he's a single catch-all universal answer. That could have gone so wrong, but Ding is just so mechanically skilled at the Benedetta.
And I mean, to be fair, as long as Ding is trading ults with Kyrie, it's so worth it, right?